People ask me all the time, how in the world have you and Tracy been married for almost 27 years and you're still so happy?
All the time. All the time.
Our top 10 tips coming up right now.
Hi, loves.
What's going on, guys? This is Heath.
And I'm Tracy.
And welcome to Joyfully Married After on
Heath and Tracy TV.
Tracy and I have been married for almost 27 years. We have 4 children and lots of life experiences to share.
So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So people often ask us, how y'all stay together so long?
How do you do it?
We're about to share with you how we do it.
You guys are always so happy.
Yeah, we are. Number 1.
How do we do it? The first thing that I do, that Tracy also does, is that we plan to stay together forever.
We plan that, guys.
Newsflash, when you get married, plan to stay together forever.
No matter what. You can't go into it thinking, how am I going to get out of this? Or if he does this, I'm leaving.
Oh, that's gonna be a deal breaker if he snores.
If he keep losing his jobs, I'm out of here.
It says in sickness and in health, for better or for worse.
For richer, for poor.
Until death do you part.
Death, guys. Death.
Not when you get tired of
No, not when they get fat.
them. But death.
Death.
So plan to stay together forever.
Pretty easy.
That's number 1. Number 2, we plan our future together. Dreams are very important. So we dream, we talk. We always are working on where we're going in the future, right? You gotta have a plan, you gotta have a target to hit, or you'll never get there.
And it's fun. It's fun to plan together. We have vision boards. We talk about it with the kids. We bounce ideas off of each other. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to plan your future together.
Right. And that way you know you're going the same direction, you're under the same mission, and everything is gonna be in sync.
Right. Plan your futures together.
Number 3, one of my favorites on the list.
Is it?
We touch often,
We kiss often.
and we have sex often.
Yeah, guys. Do we need to explain that?
I think that if people are in committed relationships, long-term relationships, marriages, they get most of that. But for us, it's a real key because you want to continue to cement that closeness, right? That bond that you have together.
Right.
And public displays of affection, private displays of affection, personal engagement, intimacy, through sex, talking, all of these things.
Making love, whatever you want to call it.
These are keys. These are some of the keys to staying happy and to understand your mate, understand their needs, understand their wants, what makes them tick,
Kiss.
showing them that you love them, kissing them, talking with them, touching them,
Sex often.
caressing. Number 4.
Communicate about all issues. Good issues,
Yep.
bad issues. You have to tell your partner, I love it when. Bothers me when.
Yep.
I hate it. It makes me sad when. And your partner's is not always gonna want to hear the negative one, and they're always gonna want to hear the good ones.
Yep.
The importance is in communicating it in the first place.
Right. You gotta talk, you gotta communicate. And when you can extract those experiences, right, you're building on those
Right.
each day, each month, each year, and that communication gets better and better.
It does. It gets better and
Very
better.
important. Communicate about the issues, good or bad.
or
And
bad.
idiosyncrasies, everybody has them, right?
Yeah.
So you learn how to work through those and not harp on them.
And don't nitpick and don't judge.
Boom. Number 5.
Make sure you continue to have similar value. Now you say to yourself, well, what do you mean by that? For instance, when our first baby came along, we had to make sure we were on the same page as far as rearing. If we were going to do daycare, if we were going to stay home.
Right.
As she grew, we had to talk about dating. Is she going to date? Is she not going to date? As we became older in our marriage, we had to talk about, we don't drink as much as we used to. So that becomes an issue if one says, well, no, I'm going to go down every night and do this every night, but you do what you want to do, and you don't have a discussion about it. And we try to pair up on those types of values.
Right.
We attend the same church. We have the same prayer life, so to speak.
Yep.
So those are the values I'm speaking of. In the office atmosphere, What are your values there? How do you carry that across? So when you think about values, think about your morals, your values, your belief system, and making sure that that stays on point.
Number 6, tell the truth. Don't keep secrets.
No
So
secrets, guys.
secrets are a marriage killer, a relationship killer, right?
It will kill everything.
With my cell phone, one of the things I have learned down through the years is I make sure my wife has access to everything.
Yep.
She can thumb through my phone till the cows come home. I
Vice
don't worry
versa.
about it a bit.
Vice versa.
And when you have that transparency in your relationship, that's one of the things that just keeps it smooth and keeps it going the way you want it, right? So take my advice, no secrets.
No secrets, guys. They will kill your relationship.
Yep.
You feel like you're starting to keep secrets from your significant other, your spouse, it's a game changer. It's
Yep.
not going to work.
What's done in the dark?
Comes to light.
Number 7, take care of yourself. Always want to be looking and feeling good.
Always. Just because you've been with someone for 5, 10, 15,
27.
20, 25, almost 30 years, doesn't mean, oh, they know what I look like.
Right.
They'll be all right. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. They still look at you.
Yeah.
They still want to be turned on by you. I still want to turn Heath on.
Right.
So I make sure I look a certain way at all times. Is it a little pressure? You know, you just got to work at it.
Probably
As
do.
you age, I think aging makes it more difficult. You have to come up with different ways
Right.
to keep yourself up. But you got to keep yourself up, ladies. And you know what, guys? You're not off the hook either.
There you go. Can't walk around with the keg and you're trying to get to the 6-pack.
I'm sorry, the keg. The keg.
Say no to the kegerator.
The keg is an issue, gentlemen. Ask your wives and your girlfriends. If you want to have an open conversation about it, ask them. Does it make a difference if my stomach is here or if it's here? Ask them.
Yep.
Keep yourself up, guys.
Another thing, number 8, another thing we always try to do is have fun and always look for the positive in every situation.
There's good in everything,
Right.
every situation.
Right.
I think we think back to when he lost his job. It was a little bit after we moved here.
Which time was that?
See, that's funny. I guess it's funny. But
It's funny now.
it's funny now. But at the time, we said, okay, well, the kids are adjusting. We just moved to a new place. Well, it wasn't just. We've been here maybe a year. The kids need a little extra attention. Great. You can stay home with the kids and help get them adjusted. Pick them up from school, make sure they have this, make sure that, and all of that. And it worked out perfectly for our family. The key was that we didn't get bent out of shape just because our situation was challenging.
Right.
Always look for the good in the situation. And we always do.
And have some fun.
Have some fun.
Number 9, anticipating your mate's needs.
Yep.
Now, I am a pro
Yeah, he's kind of good at
at this one.
Yeah.
Trust and believe. So when I come home, for as an example, if we are going to have some chicken for dinner, you best believe I'm on the rice.
Yeah, he's a rice cooker.
I'm going to make some rice because Queen Tracy needs to have that rice with that chicken.
Chicken and rice is my favorite. I anticipate his needs because I know when he comes home, I probably need to have the chicken on
Yeah.
because he's probably hungry. And then the boys need to be kind of settled because he's not trying to deal with them right away. He's going to deal with them, but it's going to take him a minute.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure the boys are kind of settled and we kind of know what's next for the evening.
Yeah.
So that's usually where I'm responsible and anticipate his needs.
Yeah, so those are just 2 examples, but anticipate needs in general is a key component that we integrate into our relationship all the time in everything. Number 10, the last and final one that we incorporate into our relationship all the time
It's a
is
big one.
being more positive
Than
than negative. And if you guys have ever seen me do my 1-minute word, the point is that you bring the positivity into whatever it is that you're doing, and what will happen is that just makes the whole relationship better. That makes the whole situation better. So whatever it is that you're doing, bring some positive energy into it. See the glass half full, not half empty. Go ahead, babe.
It's really important. I'd like to bring up that I remember the doctor told me a few years ago, oh, you've got cancer. I don't think I told my husband. I thought it was too negative. I thought it was too heavy. And I chose not to believe it. Now, this is kind of extreme for some people, but I simply chose not to accept it, not to believe it, not to repeat it or anything. So by the time I went through what I was supposed to go through, I didn't have cancer. I didn't have treatments. I didn't have anything. And sometimes I attribute that to what I believed in the first place,
Yep.
and not bringing that negativity or that stress into my family and into my marriage. So I use that as the extreme, of course,
Yeah.
but it's very, very important to stay as positive about everything. Everything, guys, everything.
So that's our top 10, guys. Thanks so much for joining us today. And remember, stay connected. Stay connected to God, stay connected to your family, and stay connected to your spouse.
Or your significant other. And thanks again for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe it out. Share it too, guys, and we'd love to hear your comments. Also, let us know any subjects you want to hear from Heath and Tracy. Thanks again. We love you.